Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another unboxing and review video. In today's video, I've got the brand new Marvel Legends Vulture. Let's open him up, check him out. Spider-Man Homecoming Marvel Vulture right here. This is actually a pretty interesting figure because I actually already have the Vulture from the Build-A-Figure wave, and I will bring it out at the end of the video and we will look at each one of them. And it's parts of them you're like, this is the way it should have been done in the first place. I do understand Build-A-Figures, and the Build-A-Figure part was really, really cool. I enjoyed it. However, this is even cooler because it is cheaper than doing a Build-A-Figure. Just saying. Like I said, I did enjoy doing the Build-A-Figure, but when I see this, I'm just like, why couldn't we have done that, you know, earlier? Just saying. But anyway, check it out. In the box, it looks really, really cool. This actually comes with things that the Build-A-Figure didn't come with, which is nice. I do like that back art, which is cool. Little side panel. But yeah, I'm actually, I've already noticed some differences and cosmetic for sure. But anyway, guys, let me get it open and we will we'll see what it's all about. All right, so we got it out of the box, and yeah, it's a big figure, and because he's got wings, duh. I will say this right off the bat. One of the things that really impressed me right off the bat is this display stand. I'm not going to say flight stand because this is designed to actually hold the wings. This is cool. This is very, very nice. That way you can actually create a really cool little setup. So hasbro, good job on that. As far as accessories, it comes with quite a bit. We got the helmet shield right there. It's got a nice little smoked tint to it, and yeah, it's cool. I like that. We'll talk a little bit more here in a minute. He also comes with two of these arm attachments, because that look, I think that's elbows. I do believe I'm going to have to play around a little bit, but it looks like these actually attach at the elbow, because there's a nice little spot for the hand to come through, but very detailed. It's nice and pliable, but got a little bit of gold going on. So that's a very nice little touch right there. But you got a pair of those, and he also has two of these little hand thingies, guns, cannon things right there. I'm at a loss right now for the proper terminology, but he does have a pair of those, which I think is really, really cool. So from the perspective of the Build-A-Figure versus this one, accessories-wise, this one hands down. Hands down, because the original Build-A-Figure one, he didn't come with anything that I remember other than just building the figure plus putting the wings together. So it's nice to have some really neat little attachments and accessories that we can use. And like I said earlier, this right here is very nice. Parts of me thinks that I would have preferred this maybe in a black or a gray other than a clear or translucent. But other than that, I dig it. It's nice. All right, so before we get to the figure, we're going to talk about the wings. First and foremost, this right here is, I am almost positive that this is an actual rerun of the original Build-A-Figure pieces with some color modifications. The original, the blades here were gray. And I do believe this was black right here, but this is pretty much the same. It just has to be right there. But I will say this, I like the blue. I like the blue and this little bit of purple right here. The detail, the olive drab color. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with the blue. I'm perfectly fine with it. It just gives it another level, dimensional level. The wings themselves, again, you get left and right. Same exact, I mean, I'm literally, these are the same thing. It's just basically a reuse of the mold. I don't see any differences at all in these. So yeah, I'm pretty well convinced that that's what these are, is just the reuse of the existing wings. We also have the outer part of the wing. Again, I think this is it's just, we're reusing it, and that's hey, Hasbro, that's okay. If you can reuse something, that's cool. A lot of people might be like, oh man, it's a re-release. Calm down. This is perfectly fine to reuse something because it works. I mean, that's the one thing with the Build-A-Figure I was always impressed with, was the wings. I'm curious with these because the Build-A-Figure was, let's say, loose. That's a good ideal or a good terminology. It was. So hopefully, I don't expect these to be any tighter, but I'm pretty stoked by this because the amount of detail that's in these wing segments is just amazing. I mean, they're great. So I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the wings together and I'm gonna put it on the stand, show you how that works, and then we'll start looking at the figure. So I'll be right back. All right, here you go. So here's the new Vulture's wings on the display, which this is cool. I mean, this really is cool. Spin it around. What a great way to display. We could actually have some fun with it. You could rotate them in. You could, create whatever you want to create as far as the pose goes. I have not tried it. Let's see here. I don't think this is going to work. Nope. It makes it a little too top heavy, so we can't do that. I wonder if we, nope. Okay, so that right there is problematic for me. The display, it looks like this is what you're going to have to do. The display is soft. The stand, it's very, very soft. And if you start rotating the wings in, it immediately gets top heavy, which is understandable. If this was rigid, it may have held. I know if the legs were longer, because honestly, I would have liked to actually done a pose similar to maybe something like this. You know, have them coming in a little bit. I mean, just have the ability to do that. But for this to be your only option for a display, I think that limits it quite a bit. But since we're talking about wings, I actually have the Build-A-Figure wings here. So, and they are almost, they're other than color, they're pretty much the same. So basically there is the Build-A-Figure wings. The color is different. The wing color on the new one is a little brighter, the greens, which is okay. If we spin it around and look at the back, again, pretty much spot on. I do like the blue. I like the blue on the fans. I was mistaken. The purple, let me flip it back around again. The blues and purples are a little bit more prominent on the Build-A-Figure part of it. It just is. It's a little bit more blue, a little bit more purple. Let me show you real close. So if you look at the new one right here, and then if we compare it with the Build-A-Figure, you can see the Build-A-Figure piece actually has more of the purple and blue, especially the purple. So I may, I like the new one. It's cool. And if I had to guess, the original wing will fit in here just like the new wing will. And it does. Right there. So, again, reusing the mold, nothing wrong with that. Perfectly fine. Having the actual stand, I think, is great. Again, the detail of the wings is spot on, just gorgeous. Probably one of the most detailed pieces out there. But now let's talk about the figure. The figure itself. All right, so from the perspective of the figure, let's take a look. I've got the Build-A-Figure one here. All right, and we got the new one right here. First and foremost, I personally think the articulation is going to be the same. So I want to really look at the actual colors and stuff. Right off the bat, I think I'm really liking a lot that's going on with the new figure compared to the old figure. It looks like, let me see if I can pop this off. I can't remember if I don't think the visor came off on the Build-A-Figure. I can't remember. I don't think it did. But let's look here. I'm just gonna stand him up right there. With the new figure, this right here, I'm really digging this metal work, the metal look compared to the Build-A-Figure one. It was more painted, which looked good. Don't get me wrong. I liked it, but I'm digging this a little bit more. Also, the coloring on the straps. I like the fact that we got the green that matches the belt, that matches the pants. That gives you some separation. Parts of me likes the collar here a little bit better than on this one here. This one's a little bit clean. Helmet wise, I'm really liking the helmet on the new figure because it has this more prominent hose right here. I think that's a really nice touch. I'm just trying to spot some things right off the top of my head. But overall, I'm really digging the new one. I'm digging the new one. He looks a little beefier, which is cool, especially in the leg area. It looks like they've used, it's definitely a different mold on the lower half, on the legs, for sure, because there's some things there that are on the new one that aren't on the old one. So definitely the legs are different. The upper torso and the arms, I think, are the same. Yeah, I think they're the same, along with this waist belt. The only difference, the waist belt on the new one appears to have some movement. On the Build-A-Figure one, it didn't. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's... The whole helmet is a redesign for sure. The helmets are completely different. I'm actually really digging this this new helmet. I haven't put the face shield on yet, so I'm gonna have to. I'm trying to remember if the goggles were came off on the original one, but there it is with his goggles right there. It would be nice if these goggles actually would move up and down. I think that would be cool. Let me pop that off real quick. He does have a really good head sculpt with the eyes and everything, but let's look at articulation again. I don't see it being much different. The head is stiff, side to side. My shoulders are a little tight. Almost feels like a ratchet in a way, but not. That's weird. You hear that clicking? That's interesting. No side to side. Let's see what we got. Hip wise, that's about it right there. Elbows, we do have a bicep swivel. Double jointed. Okay, not bad. Knees, I don't expect much because of this armor, and that is about it because the hamstring and the calf actually meet right there. But overall, I'm happy with this. So I tell you what, I'm going to get them both posed up, and we'll come back. I'll give you my final thoughts, and we'll talk more about this really cool Vulture figure. All right, so we got them both posed up. We got the new Vulture figure, and we got the Build-A-Figure side by side. And overall, either one of them's really, really cool. I got to give the vote, though, to the new one because of certain things. Accessories is one. The stand is another. I have the same issues with the new one that I had with the old one, and it has to do with dynamic flight stands. You want to pose it flying, okay? And I'm gonna just lay him right there. You can see the Build-A-Figure is like floppy loose, or mine was. But let's concentrate on the new one here. And if you want to do a flight, let's say, for instance, you wanted to get him posed up. He's coming in. He's, like swooping in or something like this on a figure. You just want a really cool action shot. What Hasbro should have done, and I want you guys to give me your opinion, instead of this, what if they would have made a flight stand that you could have actually possibly pegged in or grooved in like this and do like that? I mean, imagine I actually got just a base here, just as a thought process. But again, what if you had just a flight stand, dynamic flight stand, and you could actually come in, put your figure in it like so, and voila. I mean, that would have been cool, I think, because that's one of my biggest problems with the Vulture, the Build-A-Figure, as well as the new one. There's really no good way to put him in a flight stand. A dynamic flight stand with the clamp. You could have even created a simulated port right here with a hole and actually had it to where it would peg in like that. I mean, you could have just put a hole there just like you do on the actual back piece, and done it that way. Just something to give us the ability to really, really get a really cool pose going. But it is what it is. I do, like I said, I like this, but it would be better if this would do that. Let me know your thoughts. But again, the figure itself, it's cool. It's very, very cool. I do like the armor attachments. I love the color. Overall, if I had to say which one is better, I'm going to have to go with the new one. And I'm going to have to go with the new one just for the simple fact that he comes with more stuff. The wings and everything are still a little bit on the floppiest side, but and I think over time they get even looser, because I know on my Build-A-Figure they got really loose. So, but other than that, I am totally happy with this figure. I'm glad I've got it in my collection. Even though I already had one, I am perfectly fine with adding another one. I'm going to see if I can actually figure out an interesting way to utilize both. I don't know if we can or not. So there we go. That's okay. We'll go with that for now. But again, negatives is the non-ability to do a good flight pose very easily. That's my biggest negative. Like I said earlier, I like the actual flight stand, even though it is rather flimsy and you can only pose like this. It does give you the ability to create something, you know, like he's just came out of his wings and he's ready to do some action. So overall, this is cool. I'm okay with it. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments on what you think between the Build-A-Figure one and the new one. If you got them both, I'd really love to hear your opinions on it. Also, what your thoughts are on the flight stand if you have this, and would you have preferred, instead of the table stand, actually having a flight stand that worked with the actual figure? Me, I would have liked to have a flight stand. That's just me, because now I got to try to figure out how I'm going to do it. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If this is your first time to my channel, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you do subscribe, make sure and turn notifications on. That way you'll know when I drop videos and go live. And one last thing, always remember, toys refreshes your soul, and I'll see you next time.